I'm William Gheen of ALIPAC, Americans for Legal Immigration, and I'm here in Des Moines, Iowa with presidential GOP hopeful Dr. Paul. Dr. Paul, we'd love to hear maybe your brief version of what your plan of addressing this top issue and public or voter concerns about illegal immigration would be.
Okay, and it certainly is a top issue. You know, I've been driving around the country for a long time in this campaign, as well as dealing with this subject for many years in the Congress. And it is probably the top issue, or at least equivalent. You know, that it comes up just as much as the war comes up and some of the economic issues, but it's very, very important. But in a way, it's connected to foreign policy because it's protecting our borders. At the same time, it's an economic issue because, there's a cost to having illegal immigration, and there's a welfare cost, and that affects our economy here at home. I think it's really tough to solve all the problems of illegal immigration if you don't deal with the welfare state. And Milton Friedman was real good on this issue. He said that it's virtually impossible to it because, first, the welfareism here encourages some of our people not to work, and then there's some of these jobs, go begging, and then all of a sudden illegals come in and they get in front of the line. I think that's probably the reason why the American people are most resentful, is getting in front of the line. And then there's the promise of amnesty, and then there are the mandates where there's free health care and free education, food stamps, Social Security benefits, and on and on.
One of the things a lot of our supporters like about your campaign is you've been rated very kindly by a group called Numbers USA, Roy Beck's operations out of Washington, and that so many people depend on their rankings, and they've scored you very high on the immigration enforcement issue. One of the reasons we're here in Iowa today is one of your opponents, Mike Huckabee, has a very staunch immigration plan on his website, but he made comments to Fox News that he would allow the illegal aliens to leave for a day or a few days and return the Pence touchback plan. And we're here to inform people about that. And how do you feel about that? Do you feel that if illegal aliens were able to leave for a day, do you consider that the back of the immigration line?
In a way, it's almost silly.
It is.
I mean, let's say he wants them here, why send them back for a day?
Because the current law says they should leave.
Yeah.
The American public wants them to leave.
I know, but the whole process seems to be a bit silly. He ought to just admit right up his amnesty.
Well, that platform has 4 key components, and I'd like to run past you and see where you're at with them. Number 1 is removing welfare benefits to illegal aliens. We know you support that. Fining and cracking down on employers that willfully hire illegal aliens. How do you feel about that?
Well, I see some problems with it. I think it's the toughest part because the burden is put on the businessman. But if he knows they're illegal and he's breaking the law, then the law should be enforced. But I don't like to say that the employer has to know everybody that has counterfeited, documents. And, there are a lot of counterfeit documents coming in, so the burden is put on the businessman. But if he is breaking the law and knows about it, then we have to do something about it. In Houston and other cities, you're not even allowed to ask, and then these people are never rounded up or sent back because they're told, even if it's on the document that you're supposed to ask nationality and where they're from, they're not allowed to out of this political correctness. That, to me, is a big problem.
I know the people at home want to hear from you or want to know from their candidate. Will you adequately enforce the existing immigration laws of the United States as mandated by the Congress?
The laws have to be enforced. That's our problem right now. Matter of fact, they don't enforce those laws, but then they put mandates on the states to do things that they shouldn't be doing, forcing them to provide these services. So that to me is a very big problem. It's illegal immigration that is eating us up right here. You say the president hasn't enforced these laws, but I think that goes along with, I don't think it ever was an intent to. Yeah, and I think that's where our problems is, and they're at the borders. Some of our border guards are over in Iraq, or certainly a lot of our personnel's over there, and our money's going over there. So we don't do the things that the Congress has mandated when it comes to better border protection.
The Bush administration's also sent the message that doing your job as a border control agent might get you put in prison. One quick last question. It's in the current law, and we're showing over 80% readings on empowering local police to help enforce immigration law when illegal aliens are apprehended for crimes. Would you support that?
Well, I think they should be obligated to do that, and yet they're not allowed to. Matter of fact, they're prohibited from doing this. I would strongly urge that.
Well, I'd like to thank you for your time, and
very good. Thank you.
You're very tired.
Appreciate it.